Do you ever wonder where the term build bench strength comes from? It's a term used in companies and organizations about building up their teams, but it actually comes from sports. And my mother's a huge baseball fan, and she would be able to tell you that building the bench is where the players sit who aren't actively playing in the game. And a coach or even the manager wants to have a strong pool of players sitting on that bench. So when they need to substitute in a pitcher or somebody, then they have a good pool of players, capable players to draw upon. And that's where organizations build that term when they talk about building their bench strength. Let's say it's around leaders that they want to be able to build up internally and have a great pool of candidates to draw from. So organizations are driven by metrics and growth and profitability. And so then they talk about things like bench strength. They may have a goal of increasing the capacity of their leaders, or maybe if they have a critical role, they want to increase the number of people who can fill that role just as kind of a risk mitigation type approach. So they're focused on metrics and growth and profitability, and yet employees are focused on development, their own development, and where am I going to move in my career? So they might want to, for example, develop as a leader, and they may be interested in advancing their career, gaining recognition from their peers, increasing their income, all those good things. So ideally, the organization's goals and the employees' goals are aligned, but they aren't always. And what do we do when they aren't? What can we do as a learning organization to foster this inner drive in our employees? And is there an opportunity to not just provide more training, which is externally driven, but to provide learning opportunities to remove the barriers so that employees can pursue their own development and we can tap into that internal desire to develop and grow? So when we think about developing our employees, I encourage you to move away from just training courses and to think more broadly in terms of development and even learning.